Greetings, and welcome back to Monster Legends. Alright, so it's Monday. We haven't gotten together for a couple of days. We do have some things to talk about. I'd kind of like to talk about some older things first, just to get them out of the way. The first thing is something that popped up since we last got together, and of course that was Magic Stones Island. We've seen these before. It's a progressive, you get the stones, you need 50 to buy the little groups of cells there so you can put monsters together. You can see where I am. Basically, I barely even tried. I think I spent like 4 gems, but I got 100, which is kind of what I was targeting, right? So let's just go see who the prizes are. One of the reasons I wasn't really trying very hard. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with these individuals. It's just that there weren't the enthusiasm it was for the previous one, which, you know, I got a bunch of cane at the last one. And Thunder, too. Alright, we got some Tijen here in this chest. We got some Lanier in this chest. We got some Bowtie here. And shock upon shock, we got Copycat. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to buy the Copycat ones. The reason I'm buying the Copycat ones is I really am not in a position for the other ones to do much good for me. I shouldn't say that. I actually have enough Bowtie that if I'd used those chests on him, I could have ranked him up. But, you know, I don't use him anyway. And if you make him, 105, it's not going to make me use him anymore. However, if I could get Copycat higher, then maybe. Well, I don't actually have any cells for him, but, I do have him 105. He does pop up a lot in these Magic Stones events. So I figure he's just going to be the default from now on. So if I could rank him up to 110, then I'd be much more likely to use him and put good stuff on him. But these are all good. Lenine is good. Tijen, that's good too. It's just none of these rise to the level of the previous Magic Stones. Remember that? It was a wonderful memory. It's the reason that I just went for 100 and I didn't really push it very much. I'm trying to repair my gems collection after all. So that was over the weekend. That's going to end tomorrow morning. I don't know if there's anything going to be replacing it. But we also, of course, have the Ancient Kingdom Maze. And from the number of gems I have up there, you can tell I did not go through the limited path. Which, of course, opened up, right on schedule, of course. And I am going to be making my run in there during the 30% discount, which is going to be Wednesday noon my time. If you want to follow when it's going to be and you're not very sure, my time is actually Eastern Standard in the United States. A good way is to look up there in the upper left, right? When that says 1 day, 18 hours, that should be when the 30% discount is, unless they change it. And I really hope they don't. We are in a bit of a handicap in this one, though, because they usually do something, and they're kind of not doing that this time. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to go in this order. So we do have something new today, so let's take a quick look at it. We actually have a couple of things, but let's start with this one. All right, we have a new quest monster. This is Zombic. Zombic is an earth attacker with pierce abilities. I don't know if he's got pierce abilities. He can have it in his trait. We're actually going to talk about him in a little bit of detail there. He's not an elite. He's not one of the Forsaken. He doesn't have 4 tiers of skills, right? I mean, he's okay. We're going to talk about him, indeed. We're going to talk about him. It's just that a lot of this is like, well, this is not really telling the story, especially the vampiric attacks, plural. Not really. But we are going to talk about him because he is part of a breeding quest, as you can see right here. If you have Metalhead, or you can substitute Violet in there, or you have Voltec, and you can substitute Galante Jr. You can't substitute the 2 of them, because that would be kind of creepy. You might be able to get Narok, Birdgar, or Balar. If you do get one of those, then you'll get a key to a survival dungeon that's going to open up on Friday the 17th, I think it was. Yeah, Friday the 17th. You'll also get 15 extra cells of him. The survival dungeon usually only has 50 cells. If you end up getting in there, it means you already got 15, so you'll get 65. You, of course, need 80 to build, so that means you'll either have to breed 2 of these individuals unique. If you get Narok twice, you only get the cells once. There's also the matter of the scroll at the top. Now, the scroll in between Metalhead and Voltec up there, if you just attempt the combination and you fail, and if you succeed, you get it too. You'll get one of those little scrolls. Those scrolls will unlock encounters in the quest dungeon that is currently open. If you beat the encounter, then the roulette wheel at the end will actually have cells of quest monsters from the past. So it is an opportunity to get them that way. But of course, you're not going to get the scrolls unless, of course, you attempt the breeding. And if you succeed, obviously, then you'll get the key to the dungeon. You can go in there and get that then. So there's a couple of things going on here. Now, my problem with this is usually they do a breeding event towards the end of a maze that gives you the opportunity to get maze coins. And if you succeed, you get 250. If you fail, you get 70. In this case, of course, there's no maze coins here, which means we don't have that extra resource of coins to advance the maze, which is unfortunate. And since this is already taking place for the next 3.5 days at the time of recording, I can't imagine them slipping in another breeding event for that. So I guess we're just not going to get that this time. Or maybe it's just going to be at the last minute past the 30% discount. I don't know. I mean, there's not really a lot of time left for doing all kinds of breedings. This would usually be the slot we get that in, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's just kind of the way it is. All right, and of course, whenever they do the questing dungeon, which, by the way, we'll just take a quick look over here. All right, here. There we go, quest days. So like I said, in order to get in there, and by the way, you need to use questing monsters for this. So that's what it's showing you right there. These are monsters that have been available via quest, and you can actually see an example of a bunch of them right there. So you can't get that into these encounters unless you have those scrolls. So you need to do the breedings in order to get the scrolls to advance. When you beat it, like I said, the roulette wheel at the end will have cells for these monsters, or maybe others too, that you can use to, maybe upgrade the ones you have or just get them if you don't have a lot of cells. See, the thing about these, the ones when we have the survival dungeon, you very well might get to a point where you just don't have enough to make them, right? Like, for instance, I did the O'Reilly over there. I did the survival dungeon, I got the extra 15, and then I had 65, and I had to wheel and deal with my team in order to be able to get to 80 to craft him. Some people, maybe they didn't do that, so they'd have to actually hope they can get the cells another way. There is, however, another way you could do that if you are in that position. And of course, they're having the sale along with this at the same time, which exclusively has questing monsters. So unfortunately, these cells are more expensive than they would normally be. In some cases, they're definitely weighed by the strength of the creature. If you look at Salat, you can get 25 cells of him for 85, but if you look at Pure Seed, those same 25 are going to cost you 125. The more you buy, the more the number will go down. In this case, normally when they do these sales, if you buy some cells, the cost will go up. In this case, the cost is going to go down, but if you're starting at 125, it's probably not going to go down too much, right? If you're in a position where, like, for instance, Salat in this case, if you needed, say like you had 64 instead of 54, because that's a bad example, you might want to just hit the button on that to do it. For instance, if I had, say, 60 cells of Mephisto, I would absolutely spend 125 to finish him. Absolutely. But you can see I have 0, so that's not going to happen, right? So, I mean, there's ways you can do that. Obviously, if you get lucky with the wheel, that's fine inside those Quest Days dungeons. But then again, you have to get the scrolls in the first place, right? Which means you need to do the breeding combination. I actually haven't done it yet. I'm a little bit more interested in collecting coins for the maze, but I probably will be doing that fairly soon. Because, it's 4 days total, 3.5 days left, and the breeding temple is only going to last for 2 days anyway, so there's not really a rush in there. It's not like it's helping the maze, So that's, I think, everything that we have going there. We have the sale, I mentioned that. We have the breeding, and I don't really think there's anything else, except I would, however, like to go back and talk about Zombic. So let's talk about Zombic. Okay, so this is what I have about Zombic. He has only 3 tiers, so I kind of broke the first one off here. I'm just going to talk about the top. He's got a good life. He's got a very good power. He's nearly 3,700 in his power, which is pretty good. He's nearly 3,500 in speed, which isn't bad, considering he is an attacker and such like that. Relics, essence, sword, meh. He could use a banner, but I guess not really. Not really. Books, Evil Legions, Underworld, Undead. How many guys have fallen into those 3 categories, you know? That's like anybody who's like evil and undead, that's going to be those 3. It usually is, right? All right, I'm not going to talk about any of these skills. I have them up there if you want to look at it and pause or something. But, you know, these skills are not what I'm looking at and I don't care about. So I'm going to move on. Okay, I'm not going to go too deeply into a lot of these skills here. I will say I think his ultimate is a little bit on the lame side. I'll tell you what I would add to that in a moment. But I am just basically going to say, if I got him, what would I do? That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to spend too much time on him because he's okay. It's just that we've been getting like Forsaken and Elites and stuff like that. So it's really hard to compare. But here's what I would do with him. All right, in tier 2, his first skill, Duck and Hold, right? Deals moderate earth damage to one enemy, gives extra turn, right? So 30 damage, 2-round cooldown. It's only 23 cost, right? Hold that thought for a moment. Skipping down to tier 3, the first one, Spin Like a Record. Deals moderate earth damage to one enemy, gives extra turn. That's 40 damage, 2-round cooldown, just a cost of 24, right? So what that means is you have 2 attacks in your turn, right? Then you put in a third one, whatever that is, and the next time he acts again, he's going to get those first 2 attacks back. So he can do 3 attacks around as long as his stamina keeps up. So definitely I would take those, just as me. Now, of the last 2, I would definitely take the last skill of tier 3. And that is, I Set My Sights on You. Applies a damage mirror to itself, damage boost, life regeneration, and stamina regeneration. And I would probably use that his first go around. You know, he uses the first 2 attacks, then he uses that one, because then he'll have a damage mirror, he'll have a boost, and most importantly, he'll have stamina regeneration. So in his next rounds, he'll be getting stamina back. And if he gets hit, he'll be getting life back too, while he's extra turning. That could be very useful. For his 4th skill, what I would do would be the middle skill of tier 3, You Spin Me Right. Deals very heavy special damage to one enemy, applies bleeding. It's a 60 damage, 0 cooldown, which means if he gets his cooldowns activated, he can do that one, right? So now you could go with the group attack at the end of tier 2, you know, moderate earth damage, it does 30 to everybody, 2-round cooldown, and it gives him pierce. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. But that would, of course, mean that everything he has is like a 2-round cooldown, which means if he gets his cooldowns activated, he's going to be charging twice. That's just what I would do. And I think that given his strength, he would probably do a lot of damage with that. My problem with him is this. He's too hard to get for what he is, right? I mean, he's okay. Given the example from earlier, he's no O'Reilly, right? And this is the way I got O'Reilly, was a survival dungeon. So in order to get this guy, right, you have to do the breeding, you have to successfully get one of these 3 individuals, you have to go through the survival dungeon, and then you basically, unless you get 2 of these individuals, you have to beg your team for 15 cells. He's not worth that abuse. Really. You know, not for nothing, but these 3 individuals here are a lot easier to get. You know, I mean, basically, Baylor, they give his cells away on a almost daily basis sometimes. Now, Narok, that's different. He's an actual quest creature, so it's really not easy to get him. So when I do this breeding, I'm going to hope to get Narok, because I would like to rank him up. And like I say, he's a quest creature, so his cells do not pop around very often. I wouldn't buy them for like 85 gems in the store if they're there right now. I would like to breed one of him and get it that way. But the thing is that, I mean, he's okay, but he's not worth this, you know? I mean, we're looking at the mazes, and the individuals at the heart of the mazes these days have been fairly easy to get. You know, I'm just now saving up maze coins, hoping I can actually get enough for a rank up as well. Although without a breeding event giving maze coins, I think that chance is pretty much zero at this point. But that's a lot easier to get than this guy is. And I just don't think he's worth this kind of abuse. And that's what I call this abuse. You know, in my opinion, if you do this breeding and you go through the survival dungeon, they should give you enough to craft him. You shouldn't have to be looking for 15 more cells. That's just me, but I do believe that that's true. Anyway, this is going to be going on, like as you can see down there at the time of recording, 3 days and just under 14 hours. And the survival dungeon, if you happen to get the key, will open up on Friday. Be open for a couple of days. You'll need earth creatures for that. Hopefully you have good ones. Hopefully you have good ones. I know I do, especially now that I have a Megaton tank who's there. And I think that's going to be that. All right, so like I said, I don't necessarily think he's bad. I think if you could configure him to be good, he's got a good strength and such like that. It's just that I think for him, he's a little too hard to get. The creatures who have been in the survival dungeons usually have been outstanding. You know, in this case, I don't really think he's kind of worth that. They should have found a different way of doing that. That's just me, though. Okay, so talked about everything else. So why don't we go into war? I haven't even looked at this one. It's been going since this morning. So we'll have to see. Okay, it's very close. Very, very close indeed. Okay, so if we get one attack, I mean, it could even it up with one attack, right? All right, so what do we have? We have winged. We have Team Wars. Oh, I hate Team Wars so much. I really do. And then we have water. All right, so let me look around for something. I'm looking here. And I'm like, oh, this is ugly. I see a whole lot of speed in there. And he's got, which one is this? Is this the one I got? Oh, that's the resurrection one. I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, okay, you got the new dragon there. And he's probably got that too, right? Yep. No, I don't want to do that. That sounds ugly. Can I kill him in time? Oh, the problem... See, I'm going to be beginning with Dun Ra. So I don't want somebody who can remove positive status effects. That sounds like a really bad idea. That's a whole lot of speed there. But, you know, speed doesn't necessarily do the job in this case. Except, of course, that Hornet can remove positive status effects. That's what I'm looking at. I'm guessing that, wow, I can just look at this one here and see the reason why it's empty. Yeah, I mean, not the most powerful individuals on the screen, right? I'd love to avoid... All right, let me just see here. Do I want... Let's throw something together. I know I am like asking for trouble here. Oh, no. And you put her over there. No, absolutely not. All right, let's think for a moment. Don't we do Gorg? Let me just grab Gorg for a moment and then we'll see. And winged. No, not the wing that I'm looking for. No. All right, he's probably going to be there for the next round though. I can't take Hornet's stamina away from him though. That's a problem. You know, for this team, would I be better off going with Elvira with this team? Probably not. I mean, I think this is just death for me. But the thing is, I don't know about having a Megaton tank in there, you know? See, I'm not going to be able to take down the Hornet. All right, well, you know what? Let's just do it and see what happens. I'm probably going to regret this. All right. I'll get 2 of you. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you're doing extra turn stuff, aren't you? Oh, I got 2 anticipation individuals over here. I'm going to get murdered here. Or I should say that she's going to get murdered. I have to go with Whale Hunter because I have 2 C individuals over here that I have to get rid of. The problem is there are two My hands are tied. Oh, it's over. Okay, well, I can just... I can't, it won't finish you off. That will do it. Right. Okay, one down. Oh, that's right, you had that, didn't you? Oh, lovely. And this is your last turn. Oh, you're immune to control. Alright, well, this was a terrible mistake. Yep. I wasn't thinking when I saw that. I was like, oh, that's right. Two anticipation ones there. Okay, well, unfortunately, that was not good. I probably should not have fought that team. It was kind of a dice roll there, but, you know, not much I can do about that now. Yeah, I probably should have fought this one. All right, let's just see what I can do here. All right. I hate being hampered by the Team Wars thing, because the Team Wars thing is just a pain. All right. And what am I going to throw in here? Ingvar would have been more useful with Dun Ra. All right, and you're going to be... I got no choice. I have to use Elvira. Now, what am I going to do over here? I'm thinking the only thing I can do is Migbo. Or I could... Oh, wait a minute. What if I use my own Hokuai? Actually, at the moment, he's ranking up. All right, let me just look for a second and see what's going on. Can I find somebody whom I can take advantage of? I'm thinking like... I guess I'm probably the only one dumb enough to put an extra Turner up against these guys, right? Eek. Where was I? I was here. Who do I kill first? There's your problem. Because the thing is, I have to get rid of the Holter's bodyguard because he's just an insane healer. Alright, like I said, this is probably just not going to end well. Wait a minute, what? Oh, you went right through, didn't you? Okay, let's see. I mean, who's up next? I mean, I need to start healing, don't I? All right, this is probably a mistake, but I mean, I have to keep my main guy alive. Or, of course, I could have had her do that, right? All right, hit anybody, like, really hard? I'm probably better... Can I kill you? Yes! Ouch! Thank goodness for that. Oh, you bum. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, you got this thing here, which is just an impediment. I wish they would just get rid of that. Ugh. You can't put anything good together with that. Oh well. Anyway, well, let's move on to PvP. And I'm hoping that that turns out better. I got a lot of good teams, so let's see what we got here. And okay, actually that dropped like a stone recently too. I looked at it earlier today. It was like 5.43. So I don't know what happened there. All right, because we got some good teams. So let's begin. Our first team today was suggested by Thinking of a Name. And Thinking of a Name wanted to see in Thunder, Zap, and then over in Water, we have Elsa, and over here, This was whom I refer. You referred to this individual as big devil looking guy. I would assume that you meant Barbatos. I would assume that's who you meant. He's a big devil looking guy. I can't think of anybody else who falls into that description quite as well. All right, so we're going to be doing freezing. So we're not going up the middle, of course, because he's immune to freezing, isn't he? I see 130s over here on the right, so absolutely not. Do I want to risk this? I'm going to guess that Talika is probably faster than Elsa, which would mean that we would die. So why don't we just do this? Yeah, no, up the middle. No, 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 no. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any denial on the right. There's no denial on the left either. All right, let's fight the bear. I haven't even hatched the bear yet, so I'm working on that. I'm currently hatching the other Igmigbo I had, so I can slice him up for pieces and upgrade my own. All right, and let's go. Okay, so you do get to go first. Permafrost, freeze. Oh, you're immune to freeze. Oh, why didn't I think that? Imagine a polar bear being immune to freezing. You're immune to... Wow, I only got one of them. Okay, but luckily, I'm going first. All right, I want the bear gone. All right. And the bear's gone. Okay, up front, you first. And I don't think I'm going to have enough to kill you. Oh, did I click on you by mistake? I didn't mean that. Actually, it looks like I'm going to get you, huh? Actually, you're going to get all of these. There you go. The big devil-looking guy didn't get a chance to do anything. Alright, so let's... Yeah, I really could use more maze coins. By the way, that beard of yours is looking magnificent today. Okay? Alright, so let's go on to our next team. Our second team today was suggested by Awesome Guy 34. And Awesome Guy 34 wanted to see over in nature. Actually, she would have been sitting on top anyway because that is Ivy. And next, we're going over to light. And this is going to be Spyro. Finally, over in light again, we have Bella. All right, so obviously we have a very strong team here, as long as we can stun them, right? So let's see what we can find that's kind of hard. I mean, the one on the left, they're like 115s and a 110. They got a lot of stuff there. I think that's probably what we should do. I mean, look on the other side. The other side, you do have really good denial with Sunblast. It kind of fades out after that, you know? So I'm thinking, why don't we try this one over here? Okay, why do you have, like, all speed on him? I don't know why you would do that. He's a damage dealer. Everybody's got speed. It's ironic that your denial is the slowest one there. Okay. I don't understand that, but... Alright. Okay, stun? Okay, life's about to get very bad for you guys. I'm going to go right to the curse. Alright, let's see. You already have sunburn on, so I'm not going to do that. It removes positive status effects. Do I want to do that at this moment? Oh, that'll actually kill the Caven fish, so yeah, actually it's going to kill all of you, so yeah. It's just that the orc's going to be a delayed reaction here. Yeah, boom on head. Yeah, everybody had speed on. What was with that? Alright. As I was saying, your beard looks magnificent today. Mace coins? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it is. It's a magnificent beard. It's a magnificent beard. Okay, I'll go for the mustache next. Yeah, I'll go for the mustache next. Okay, so that worked out. So let's go for our third team. Our third team today was suggested by Mark Coles. And Mark wanted to see, we're starting with a new fella, a jolly one. And this is going to be, he's here somewhere. He's hiding. There he is. Rusty. All right, next we're going over to Fire. And we're going with Pepe. Now, for the third one, the adventure map is still not functioning. So I leveled somebody who was waiting for a testing video. Since we're not anytime in the future going to get that. I don't even know if they know there's a problem. That was the reason that I labeled my video last week Broken Adventures, because I was hoping that somebody would actually notice that that needed to be fixed. So I leveled somebody up. And actually, we just passed her a moment ago, if you weren't paying attention. And this is going to be Zizania. And in terms of names, there were some suggestions, but you know what? There's one I've been waiting for. I was waiting for somebody who had metal and somebody who was, I guess, female, because I have the perfect name for that. So ask her to do a 10-minute timer for you. And she'll rip you apart. All right, so let's see. Obviously, we have a very strong team here. Are we strong enough to deal with that team over there? I don't know. My Megaton tank is only level 100. If they had an extra turner over there, I might do that. Okay, see, the one at the middle would be kind of too easy, because that would be just murder, because there's 2 extra turners there. So let's just do this. The others are just way too strong. Eek, up the middle. Do I have enough damage to do that? I'm looking specifically at Francine. And you know what? I'm not going to do that one. That one's just too much of a pain. Let's just try one more refresh. Up the middle. All right, let's... Health on a sunblast. Okay. Wait a minute. What did you have? Well, that's just... You're just jealous that you actually have to hit a button to be a Megaton tank. Speaking of which, you had speed. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's begin with low metal damage and metal weakness. The fun part's coming later. All right, all against 1. We get fire damage, sunburn, and burning. He's a fire toad after all, right? Okay, he's going down quick. He needs to do that heal. He needs to do that heal fast. Oh, remember that weakness? Yeah, that's actually going to hurt a bit. Not as much as it really could, but I mean, it'll hurt a bit. What's that? Did that only go to... I guess you... Oh, that's an ugly right there. Did you resisted it? It looked like it only hit... I mean, it looked like it was only a single target there, but it was a group attack, wasn't it? All right. Let's see. I'm about to lose Rusty, by the way. Unless, because he's possessed now, unless he does... Oh, you know what it was? It was because it was Mega Taunting. By the way, I'm in a lot of trouble. Poison, carnivorous plant. Gains as much life as lost. All right, oh, they cleared themselves off, didn't they? All right, let's just... All right, let's see. On guard... What's the last one? All right, I need to get rid of one of them, so I'm going to get rid of the damage dealer, quote unquote. All right, unfortunately, that's all. She's going to have to charge. Does she get back? Okay, next turn. All right, because I need the stamina. Okay, unfortunately, she's dead. I like this. I don't like the fight. He doesn't have the stamina. Oh, no, he got his cooldowns activated. Oh, this is over. Oh, great. Wonderful. Just terrific. Could you stop that, please? All right, let's think. Now, you only got one of them. Oh, you're immune to burning. That's why. Could you stop doing that? Oh, wow. You're just like... Oh, you're actually dead next round, aren't you? Unless I kill myself here. Eek. Oh. That was annoying. I'm not even sure what happened there. Oh, well. Okay, so let's go with our fourth and final team. Our fourth and final team today was suggested by Oompa. Oompa, Oompa. I won't sing anymore because otherwise I'll get copyright striked. All right, and Oompa wanted to see somebody who is now properly equipped, by the way. And this is going to be... Hopefully he gets to attack this time, right? Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss him? Had to have missed him. There he is. Bird person. All right, next we have someone who's going to ensure that Bird Person gets his chance to attack. And that is, of course, going to be Cleo. And finally, we have Lance. Not to be confused with Lancelot Link Secret Chimp. If you feel brave, go to YouTube and search for that one. Your life will be altered for all time. Okay, so let's see. Obviously, none of these. Now, where... Oh, come on, where are the good... Okay, we could do this team over here on the left. The other ones... Not really. No, not really. So we'll do this one over here and see what we can come up with. It's... well, the Killer Raptor's got good runes. That's about it. You done? Okay. Let's see. How to kill your dragon. Do you a dragon? You were a dragon. Okay, that's good. You were a dragon. Dragon Slayer. Stabby stabby. And then Righteous Evil. Okay, and you're actually going next. Oh, you're possessed. Oh, this could end up going badly. Okay, I'm not sure what you did, but everything seems to be okay. So let's get swifty. And then you can just die. He got to attack that time. All right. Okay, so we had one that didn't work out too well. By the way, did I mention that mustache is just really impressive there? Full-bodied and everything. Okay, I'll accept that. Can't get the maze coins every time, right? All right, and we're done. Okay, so we have the maze. We have the maze that's going. It's going to be going for a couple of days. If they follow their pattern, the 30% discount. Well, like I said, I'm looking for it Wednesday. It's going to be noon my time. For your own time, you're just going to have to check that out. Again, it's for me. It's noon Eastern Standard in the United States. But you just look at it, it's going to be 1 day, 18 hours. So you have to figure out what that's going to be for you, if that's what you're going for. Then, of course, we have the magic stones that's going away. You know, if you got the stones to get something, don't forget to spend them on the chests. I think they give you an extra day to buy the chests. I just did mine because otherwise I would have forgotten about it. And, of course, we have the breeding event. I'll probably start working on that maybe like tomorrow or something like that because I'll just try a couple of times. It's just... Again, way too much trouble for the individual. He's not horrible, and he's kind of okay. He's not worth a survival dungeon setup, though. Absolutely not. Anyway, I think that's going to do for now. So, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya!